What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
All right, hey, we came across an article from Search Engine People by Ale Barisevich. There you go.
Hit some tough names today.
I know.
Sorry, I didn't look at the names when I picked the articles.
Well, I mean, one of these articles came across a couple regarding SEO. And SEO is search engine optimization for those of you who have just tuned into the show. And we got a lot of shows about this particular topic. How do you get ranked on top of Google, right? How do you get to the top of the list with the pertinent terms that people are searching for your particular service? Mm-hmm. And that's a very, very, very important factor of any digital marketing campaign is the online Google search, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, Google updates are always a two-edged sword, and those who rely on the elderly strategies, and I really don't like that particular phrase. I resemble that remark.
The elderly.
When I first read that, I was like, oh.
They may actually find their rankings falling like leaves of winter, while traffic slows like the streets of Manhattan on Friday before Christmas. Oh, isn't that pleasant?
That was a lovely visual.
I just imagine it being black and white, and all of a sudden, what's his name? Mr. Smith goes to Washington and walks across the street.
Oh, but on the other hand, those who adopt and upgrade their strategies, right, will gain a competitive edge, and they'll be shining in the search engine result pages as bright as a Times Square on New Year's Eve. Hallelujah! That was quite a visual they painted over there. Anyway, they have 7 important shifts that are identified, and with strategies to turn pitfalls into opportunities. And I'm going to run through them real quick and then describe them a little bit more in detail, as much as we can. Crowded search engine pages that actually are moving top search or organic rankings, right?
Yep.
Rich answers are rising in importance. Page speed is taking more precedence. Dark traffic makes analytics even harder to actually understand. Keywords are not dead, but they should be used maybe a little bit differently now. Link penalties and removing low quality links very promptly. User behavior that soon affect ranks. I mean, these are key points that we should be paying attention to. All right. So the first thing, crowded search engine result pages affecting the top organic ranks. In order to get searchers the information they want faster, Google keeps on piling on elements that provide answers directly on the first page of search results, right? These page elements that we're talking about are paid ads, right?
Yep.
Local pack, the carousel result,
yep.
Carousel, and knowledge graphs. Well, all these are really, really cool. I mean, in fact, we were just looking at the weather, the unseasonable warmth.
It's a little warm in here right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's some cool ones too, like when you look for movie times, like when Star Wars is going on. There's cool stuff there. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff pushing those organic rankings.
Yep, they're attention grabbing, even if they don't necessarily end up draining clicks away from the top organic results. I mean, a study from a company called Mediative tracked searchers' eye movements and eventual clicks across different search engine result pages. It found that these distracting page elements caused searchers to interact with those pages in very different ways from query to query. The heat maps that they gave us, they tell us that simple keyword search volume is no longer a reliable metric on predicting how much organic traffic one keyword will generate for your website. Before you invest effort in optimizing your site for a particular keyword, you need to take a look at the search result page, all right? If there are search engine result elements that could drain clicks away from your organic listing, as a knowledge graph, right, as example, or a lot of paid ads in that space, okay, it might make more sense to optimize for a different keyword that wouldn't get so much competition from Google, especially that carousel. And you can't see the heat map where on the radio. I get that. And we'll throw that up in our videos here when we kick those things out next week or the week after. But one major heat map that we are seeing, the carousel, whenever you're looking for local type of businesses like restaurants, right? Google inserts that carousel, and boy, oh boy, there's a huge focus on on that interactive element.
Yeah.
Much stronger than anything else on the page. Well, if you're trying to vie for that keyword in that space, one, you should really be doing local SEO optimization to get into that carousel, first and foremost. If you're not, maybe you should stay away from, trying to get into the top 10 or top 5 of that particular keyword, right? Because, man, that's craziness. There's so much interaction going on in that space. It's crazy. The opportunity here, the upside is that now you have more opportunities for winning organic clicks by muscling your way into those top spots. Given, but by optimizing your sites, you might find opportunities to squeeze into the local pack results, for example, right? Another tactic is to launch a Google AdWords campaign for key queries where Google results outweigh organic results. All right, so there's one factor, and we'll go quick into a couple more, and we'll have the entire article here on edgeofthewebradio.com, so check that out. Rich answers are actually rising in importance. A rich answer provides a direct answer to a question-based query, eliminating the need to click through to find an answer, okay? It's like... and they actually added time schedules of TV shows into that rich answer context. A study by Stone Temple Consulting, Google provided rich answers for 35% of search queries. That's pretty substantial.
That's a lot.
With that knowledge graph and the respective, what's the weather today, and all of a sudden have a much, it eats away at the organic listings.
And then people don't even click on the search result because they already got the answer from Google.
Well, they're trying to be more and more utilitarian.
Yeah.
Using Google as not just a roadmap to find areas, carving out that information. Well, guess what? Those answers come from somewhere. And 75% of those answers actually come from websites that are actually providing that content.
Yeah,
okay?
duplicate content.
Huh?
Google's copying your content.
Well, it's true.
They're plagiarizing your content for their...
Yes, they are. But the opportunity rises.
No, absolutely. There's a huge opportunity there.
If your site provides high-quality proprietary content that can actually help Google answer common search questions, right? Rich answers are an opportunity for you. The getting your page featured in a rich answer could do a lot to increase your traffic. The click-through rate for clickable rich answers is around 2 times better than that of the regular search results page that doesn't contain one. Double the amount of traffic coming to your site if you can have a rich answer being pulled from your own site content. It's pretty sharp stuff there. Another factor, page speed takes more precedence.
Yes.
The sometimes neglected optimization can actually pay off in ROI inside of SEO. Adam Audette, Senior Vice President of Organic Search at Merkle, calculates that if an e-commerce site makes $100,000 per day, a 1-second load delay equates to $2.5 million in lost revenue annually.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. You best look at your speeds, folks. When it comes down to SEO, page speed definitely is a ranking factor. All other things being equal, a site that loads quicker will outrank a competitor's site. Now, that's a lot of all things being equal. Okay. In addition, Google allocates a specific amount of time to a crawling of individual websites. Slow loading sites can waste the crawler's time and cut the indexing short before it's reached all the good stuff.
Yeah, your slow site even bores a computer robot.
That's really bad. So the opportunity there is to increase page speed. It's a very, very important aspect of the user experience, and you got to pay attention to that, your user experience. If you're not seeing where they're clicking and you're not seeing the heat maps of behavior on these websites, get plugged in. It directly influences conversions. Visitors expect sites to load fast in 2 seconds or less. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
We have one site that we're working on right now. We had a 28-second load on a page. We're fixing it. Conversions can actually increase by upwards towards 7%. According to KISS metrics, each and every second load time decreases. All right, so that's very, very important. Lastly, dark traffic makes analytics even harder, and that dark traffic is coming from traffic that you can't ascribe to a particular venue. Google was founded on the idea that links from other sites were indicators of page value, But it becomes too focused on traffic from website links. More and more the site traffic now comes from other sources, like social media, for example. Google doesn't understand where a site visit comes from. It records it as direct traffic. So there's a big old factor of direct traffic that we can't peer through. It's just attributed to that.
Yep.
So social media is sending a substantial amount of traffic to websites, and email is another large source of traffic, especially when it comes down to merchants. So the rise of mobile apps has another factor of increased dark traffic coming into it that you just can't see. So this dark traffic grows in volume, and your Google Analytics reports get less precise. Google reports growth in direct traffic when this growth is actually due to your own efforts. Dark traffic makes tracking your marketing activities even more complicated. Well, there's a number of other key factors that we were going to be discussing here, but go to the article that we have on Edge of the Web Radio. Link penalties are a specific thing to improve upon, and knowing where all the links are that are coming to your website.
The new Penguin's supposed to hit this year.
That's right, in March.
Well, it's supposed to be before the end of this year, is what they said. But so sometime in 2016 is their big Penguin update, yeah.
Yep. So, lastly, I do want to say one thing. Lastly, user behavior will affect your rank. Google denies that user behavior factors affect rankings, but many experiments seem to show that it does. In addition, Google recently acknowledged that it has begun to use machine learning to identify most relevant search results. That's the Rank Brain tool that we were talking about before. Machine learning could help Google rank pages using broader criteria than ever before. So, time to start paying attention to how people are interacting with your site. You got to look at that as opposed to really anything else, because it has to do with conversions, and it goes to whether or not users even like what they're seeing on the site. Alrighty, coming up.